Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV. Hope you're doing well and having a great, happy Monday. Shout out to International Women's Day. I think it is today, isn't it? I think so. Yeah. So shout out to all you women out there. Much respect and love to you all and everyone. Do your things for your mums, sisters, daughters. You know the drill. We got two special guests here today. We got Chris Paul and Brazilian legend that is Charlie, mate. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for that. Thank you. It's good to be back.
He is a legend, Chris. He does know his stuff on football and his nation, you know, seeing as they've won so many World Cups and brought out so many players, you respect a dude that knows he must know quite a bit. How are you doing, Chris? Are you there, Chris?
Oh yeah, Chris. I'm there.
Oh
yeah. I thought you were talking about Charlie, so I was like,
no, I was just asking. Yeah, you know, seeing as he's from Brazil, he must know a lot about football, and he does. I can tell you all that. We are going to talk about the Champions League fixtures coming up, and we'll talk about Europa as well. Obviously, it's the boring one to talk about, isn't it? But let's bring them up right now. It is a little bit, unfortunately. There's only one person in this room that is in the Champions League, Chris, right? So you got bragging rights right now. You got RB Leipzig tomorrow, haven't you? And tomorrow we got Borussia Dortmund, Sevilla. That's 3-2 on aggregate. Juventus versus FC Porto. That's 2-1 to FC Porto on aggregate. And PSG and Barcelona, which is going to be the exciting one tomorrow. Let's see if Barcelona can pull it back like they did last time. Guys, yeah, what do you make of these fixtures and out of all these teams? I mean, Chris, of course, you might say Liverpool. You might not though. Who do you think could be potential winners this year if they get through?
So
let me put it up again. There you go.
Like out of these teams right now, I think it's PSG. They've ruined Barcelona's defense, made them look like clowns, and that match was incredible. Mbappe is mad. I think PSG, they can get to the final under Pochettino. They could win it, but yeah, I see them as favorites in these set of teams.
Do you agree with that, Charlie?
Absolutely. There's no way to disagree with that. I mean, there are very strong teams in here. You can't just discard like Juventus, Liverpool, Barcelona. Yeah, they're not bringing this back. They're not. It's not happening. But Liverpool and Juventus, I know Juventus has a really tough comeback to go through. If they wish to continue in the competition, and I know that Liverpool is going through a horrible spell when you think about the team and what they've been doing recently. They're very strong sides. They have a chance. Out of these teams, definitely the one like going through the biggest hype, like the best phase right now is PSG by far. Mbappe is just crazy, mate. He makes no sense. And when Neymar decides to play, it's tough for defenders to deal with him. So yeah, they're definitely a strong side. They should be one of the favorites.
Do you think there's something to do, Charlie and Chris, the fact that they got to the final last year? They were so close, and bringing in Maurizio Pochettino and getting rid of Thomas Tuchel, who, by the way, is doing a magnificent job at Chelsea, isn't he, at the moment? Whether he should take all that credit, I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure the team feel like he's someone to work with. But going back onto PSG, was it the decisions that they made that have made them become favourites? Or, I mean, look, they got rid of Thiago Silva. They were looking like they were getting rid of a few good players. Cavani left. And they've come out of nowhere. And everyone's just said right now, including myself, that PSG are the favourites on that list.
Yeah.
Not really.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Not really. I don't think any of the decisions they've made. Like Thiago Silva's aging, and they have a brilliant centre back pairing with Kimpembe, who's been one of the best centre backs in the world. If you've not, many people don't watch the Liga, but he's been amazing for them the entire season. And Cavani never used to get played. I think it's good that he left. He never used to get played. He fell out of favor with the PSG team. So
He was quite injury prone as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think when Icardi came in, his time at PSG was almost done.
I
And
mostly agree with that. Sorry, you
yeah,
conclude.
yeah. Yeah, I'll conclude. And the appointment of Pochettino is interesting to say the least. Like because I saw Tuchel go to the Champions League final, which they haven't done ever, and he gets sacked because of a few poor performances in the league. I didn't understand the decision, but I mean Pochettino is still a world-class coach, but we can see them win the league. I mean the Champions League.
Yeah, I think it was a bit harsh on Tuchel. What do you make of it then, Charlie, in your perspective of PSG?
Yeah, I mostly agree with what he said. I mean, Thiago Silva is obviously like I know he's very old for a football player, but he's still
Marley, Jesus is
yes.
back. Jesus is back.
How are you, matey?
Jesus, you gave away a penalty to Martial.
Say that again.
You gave away a penalty to Martial. What you doing?
Oh, did
Jesus.
I
Yeah.
wasn't watching the game. Did Gabriel Jesus?
Yeah, no, Jesus, Gabriel, whatever his name is, right?
Yeah,
Jesus,
Gabriel
Jesus,
Jesus.
whatever you want to call him.
Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, my bad. I apologize for that.
Only had to be them.
But
How you
as I
doing,
was
Stephen?
saying,
Good to have you back on, man.
thank you, man. Thank you. It's great to be
Same,
back.
mate.
Great to be back. It feels good. Feels
I
good.
gave him a good intro, Stephen. I said like the Brazilian legend and all that. I gave it
Yeah,
off.
he did.
I should have
Said
done a
I
lot
think
more.
Arsenal needed Jesus, so we got him back.
Please continue, Charlie. Sorry.
Yeah, no, all good, all good. So yeah, Thiago Silva, like he's old, I get that, but in my opinion, he's still one of the best defenders in the world. So of course he's going to be missed. I'm a little confused by the fact that they didn't really replace him. They just replaced him with the players that were already there. Great players, by the way, Marquinhos and Kipembe. That's amazing partnership. Maybe a little short, but amazing partnership. But the Cavani thing, I agree with him. Like he, for the past like maybe season or two, he wasn't that first teamer anymore. He's a legend at PSG. Don't get it wrong. I think he's the highest
Yeah,
scorer
he
of all
does.
time. But he wasn't being used as much. And something that's great that's happening right now to PSG, and that's the biggest difference for me, is that the Ligue 1 is competitive this season. Lille and Lyon are doing really well. That's two teams that are competing for the title right now. You look at the table, PSG's in second, and all three of them are more or less the same amount of points.
But
That
you could say
makes
that.
the
Hang on, you could say that about the Bundesliga and Serie A as well. Look at it. I
yeah,
mean, you got to say with the Bundesliga, for example, it's about 3 teams competing for it. Serie A, there's a couple of teams, but La Liga as well, right?
yeah.
The Atletico Madrid and Barcelona and that. So, yeah, you could say that it's like with the Premier League this season where it's so close. You look at the tables; they're so close
Even
together.
Scotland.
So, yeah, it's even Scotland,
Brazil
well, apart
too.
from Scotland. So, yeah, but
Rangers win it like after how many years? You know, like it's just
10
yeah, but they've
years.
walked all over it, to be honest.
It's like titles are changing hands, though, isn't it? At the moment, or it could potentially happen. Like a lot of people could win the
Yeah,
league.
unfortunately, we're too short to reach it.
You are, yeah,
We're too
definitely.
low to reach it, unfortunately.
You're closer to the championship, I think, lifting that. I
Oh,
think.
shut
than-
up. Don't start. Yeah,
So look,
we're still closer to the bottom than we are top, and apparently still got to back this manager.
so we'll ask you then, Stephen, as well, since
Go on,
you've
sorry.
joined. We're looking at the fixtures tomorrow. Here they are. Hello to Talking Barker as well. How are you doing, mate? We were saying who do you pick off this list to be like potential winners out of tomorrow's fixtures and Wednesdays?
Oh, Barcelona are going to smash PSG 5-0.
Oh,
Nah.
really?
Nah, I'm joking. They're screwed.
We said that last time about them, though, didn't we? And then they came back, didn't they?
No. This is a different PSG now, to be honest. I made them one of the favourites to win to actually win the thing. So Liverpool, the way Liverpool have been playing, you don't know, right? I mean, they've lost the amount of games at home and Anfield. They've lost that they've lost 6, which is 6. That's the amount of time. That's also the amount of Champions Leagues they've won as well. So they've lost the same amount of Champions Leagues than they've lost games at Anfield in a row. So, yeah. So you could say that, but I'd still say Liverpool should go through.
You think Juventus have got they got a bit of a battle there, haven't they? I mean, Porto
Yeah, they can
done
pull
pretty
out the
well
bag.
there.
They've got like players like Ronaldo in there as well. So I can't remember the Juventus team off the top of my head, but and Dortmund, though it's close with Seville, they Haaland, Sancho, they should be getting through that as well.
They
So
should be getting through that.
for
Yeah.
Dortmund, Juventus, Liverpool, and PSG are my favourites out of those.
I mean,
Haaland
I
might
have a
not
con.
play though. I think Haaland's injured, isn't he?
Is he?
Is not. I don't know. Wait,
Scored
I think he
against
came
Bayern
out
Munich.
against Bayern. Yeah.
Scored against Bayern, yeah.
No, he scored 2 goals, but I think he came out like because of an injury that game. He came off. Sorry.
What was
Let
you
me
going
have
to
a
say,
look.
Chris? Chris, what was you going to say, Chris?
Yeah, I have a controversial opinion here. I don't think Dortmund are going to go through. They're not going to go
Don't think
through.
they're going to go through.
You think they're going to?
Why is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, Sevilla are going to go through. That's what I think.
Wow.
Because it's not
Hang on,
really that.
are you still in your cancelling sessions because you're a Liverpool fan?
What? No, it's not that unrealistic as you think.
Yeah, but we
It's
also
really
didn't think
not-
that you also didn't think you'd lose 6 home games in a row, the same match you won Champions League. When you've
I
done that.
mean-
So there could be a first.
I'm not talking about Liverpool here. I'm talking about a completely different thing. Because I mean, Dortmund
Look,
tend
it's
to
the only
bottle
time I
big.
get to banter you all season, so live with it.
Okay. Dortmund are bottlers. They've done it like I've watched the Bundesliga. They've done it against Bayern. They take the lead in 10 minutes, 2-0 up. They lose it. They've gone Borussia Mönchengladbach. They will. They are. I think they're 2-0 up at. They're 2-0 up at in the 30th minute, and then they lose 4-2 somehow. And then Sevilla have 2 away goals. I mean, yeah. And Sevilla are a very strong team, and they shouldn't be underestimated here.
Mate, if this was the Europa League,
Hang on,
I would
hang on,
never
he
bet
calls
against
them-
Sevilla.
I'm
But it's
sorry,
the
he
Champions
calls them-
League, so I don't.
He calls them bottlers, but it says the one who's bottled the fucking title in big fashion.
I
Says
mean,
the one who's
I'm
gonna
giving.
get Europa League to where they're going.
I don't.
This could-
The worst defense to a Premier League title.
I
You
mean-
could be saying we could take Tottenham's bottle job FC and put it on you lot and the way you're going.
What are you going to say?
Steven.
What are you going to say to that, Chris? he's giving it to
mean-
old Stephen, isn't he? Remember
Are
where
we
you
in a
are.
position to be saying
Where you
this?
are.
I mean,
I
Brighton,
mean-
Fulham. I mean, do you want me to go there? Seriously? I mean, even Brighton away, we beat that one. Christ.
So talking Barker saying, I think Barker have to lift the lift to come back with a new president. He thinks they can come back. Do you think they
Yeah,
can?
they need a president.
I
Their
mean,
president's got
A new president's not gonna score 5 goals, mate. They lost
mean-
4-1 at home. It's
Oh, if you want Arteta, mate, by all means, I'll put him on the flight.
Who for?
I mean,
Arteta's apparently who's linked to Barcelona.
Barca.
If it's
Yeah,
true,
go.
we can have him. Sorry,
They might-
sorry, Charlie, but
no, mate. It's your opinion.
you can just tell me to fuck off anytime you want.
No, I would never.
I mean, Barcelona. I mean, Barca's new president is like if you see his inauguration or winning the election thing, I mean, it was a big like morale boost. I'm not saying it's possible. It is possible, but it's very slight.
Not sure. It's football, mate. So like it's full of surprises. But this one is tougher than a lot of comebacks that have happened. Well, there was a huge comeback against PSG in the
2017.
2017. There you go.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
surprises. It's
couple of awkward
home
calls
defeats
there.
in a row at Anfield.
But at least like they suffered a big loss away from home and brought it back at home. This time, like in Barcelona, losing 4-1, it's tough. Was it in Barcelona? Because like there's some
Yeah,
matches.
it
Yeah, it was
was.
Nou
It
Camp.
was.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was at Camp Nou.
Yeah.
I think the crowd helped them out there. I don't think they've got that now, have they? So the crowd, you know how people say, like, how can the crowd help out a team? They bloody can.
It does. It does.
Have you ever been
Look
to
at
like
Sheffield
Boca Juniors
United.
versus River Plate or something, you know, and seen
Look
how
at,
the
look
crowd?
at Sheffield United. Do you honestly feel? I'm also being real here as well. Would you really think Landfield would lose 6 home games in a row if the fans were there? The way their fans are. No.
Anybody want to go first?
I wouldn't. Their fans carry them over the line a lot, to be honest. Because they've got such a support there. I will be honest with that. Even sometimes last season we did it.
So you think Liverpool are going to get comfortably through as well, Stephen?
Yeah, I just don't. Liverpool know what they're doing when it comes to Champions Leagues. They know what they're doing, right? So, everyone was writing them off Everyone was writing them off in the first leg. Yet they won 2-0. And Leipzig suit the way they play because unfortunately with Nagelsmann, he has one way of playing. He doesn't sit back or anything like that. So knowing he's good 2-0 down, he's going to be open from the start. And if he's open from the start, like them 3 up front with Liverpool, no matter they're misfiring, right, they're going to have a field day.
Yeah.
That's just my honest opinion about it.
No, I think the outcome of what Steven said is like I totally agree with. I don't necessarily care about the first part because they seem to know what they were doing at the Premier League as well for the past 2 seasons. Now, like it doesn't look that way, so I don't think it's a decent argument for the Champions League. But true, like the way I see Leipzig playing this game, like with Liverpool's like counterattacking possibilities, it's going to be a tough ride for Leipzig.
Haaland is still fit.
He's still fit? Okay.
He's still fit.
My mistake then.
I'm actually going to put RB Leipzig to win and go through.
Go through.
Liverpool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Maybe extra time. Do like what Atletico Madrid did. Do you know what I mean? Like where they went into extra time and then won the game. Yeah, I don't see that. Look at the team Liverpool put out against Chelsea and that. You know, you kind of think like, wow, like is that all you've got? Like I don't see it being a powerful team that they can play. That they're demoralised, and it's at Anfield, and they haven't done very well there, have they? And
we said that with the first leg, though.
No, we're playing the game in Budapest.
Oh crap!
Yeah, but
is it away?
It's a neutral venue.
Yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting.
The thing is, though, we said that the first leg, and they still managed to turn up and beat them 2-0.
No, I don't know. Then
I think was it? Get their fixtures up. So I swear they had just come off a defeat, and everyone was writing them off, and yet they still.
Maybe
we bottled it against Leicester, I remember, and then we won the Leipzig game.
You lost 3-1 against Leicester. You lost 4-1 against Man City. You lost 1-0 against West Ham. 3-1 against you beat West Ham. You lost 1-0 against Brighton. You beat West Ham, and you lost 3-1 against Tottenham. So you had one win in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games.
Yeah.
And then you went to RB Leipzig and pumped them 2-0. And then lost to Everton the week after, the Saturday after.
Yeah.
So, and now you've only your last games, you've won 2-0 against Sheffield United, but the rest of them you've lost. Fulham, Chelsea, Everton. So I still expect you to go out there and don't write them off. Just don't. This is the Champions League, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's why they've won 6, and we've won fuck all.
I don't see any comebacks happening. I think
I would be very surprised.
Yeah, I think Borussia, Liverpool, Porto, and PSG are going through.
Porto,
yeah. Juventus has Cristiano Ronaldo, but Porto has Evanilson, mate. Fluminense Academy, genius attacker. Just watch him. Just watch him.
Is that the same as Gabriel better than Maguire? Is it
Gabriel, what?
Gabriel better than Maguire? Are we back on that debate? Are we?
Oh,
I
no,
can't even-
sorry.
I
It
can't
took me
even-
a while to understand that one. We're talking
I
about
can't
GMAT.
even
Yeah,
defend Shaw against Tini now. I can't even do it. Right?
it's
No
not.
thanks to Man City.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not the same kind of discussion. No, I actually think Maguire is much worse than Magalhães, and I can't say that Evanilson's better than. I can't say that Evanilson's better than Ronaldo. I can't. Not yet.
Oh god, I see you never change.
You're ripping it tonight, man.
Who?
You are. You're giving it some today. I love
You're
it.
giving
The only time
everyone
I can take the
banter.
piss out of a Liverpool fan. Right, so there we are. Right, don't mention
I
89.
mean,
Chris, tell
Twitter
him
has
to remember
been,
his place.
huh?
Tell him to remember his place.
I've never been cocky as a Liverpool fan. Never.
That's because you know where you're going. You end up below us.
No,
Or
I've never
maybe
been
he's just a
cocky
decent
when.
guy. Yeah.
No, because I remember when we were shit. I am humble. I do not
There you
get
go.
excited. I watched. I was a Liverpool fan during Hodgson. I know how shit we were back then. I'm just happy we won something.
It lasted about 2-3 years, and now it's all come down.
Wait, is Talking Barca a Barcelona fan that's a huge Ronaldo fan as well? That's confusing to me.
Why?
No,
I
he's
mean-
probably just honest. He's probably just honest. That's why.
Well, if you
Honestly.
really love the game, then like
You got to appreciate that Messi and Ronaldo.
I'm
on
kidding,
that
guys.
level.
I'm aware that they're good footballers.
Who's
if you
better?
meet a
But hang
Barcelona
on.
fan that likes Ronaldo, then you know you've met someone who's quite cool and doesn't mind
of course,
their
of
mind.
course.
It's the ones that go, "Oh, he's crap," like, and you think, well, like, is that just for family thing? You don't want everyone to know that you like someone who was on the opposite team. But I know the Catalan Madrid thing's quite a passionate thing, and I know like the history of it, and
actually, have hope actually thinks Hazard's better than Ronaldo.
Well,
He actually thinks Ronaldo is overrated. And
Who thinks that?
He's not even like on their own. He's not even on Messi's level.
If it's just his opinion, then I can't go against who he likes as a player, but like statistically and like on the eye, like I don't know. If you had to do a vote around the world, I'm pretty sure everyone would say Ronaldo.
Messi. Messi's the best player in the world.
Yeah, I put Messi way above Ronaldo as well.
Not way above.
I put him on the same level. You can't deny what Ronaldo's done in terms of going to multiple leagues and still winning Champions Leagues and titles as well. So you can't really go and say, yeah, Messi's far better. Messi's only done it at Barcelona, let's be honest. If he didn't win at Man City and did it, then we could see it.
What's that noise, guys? What's happening?
Someone's washing the dishes.
That's Man U decided I'm going to play what's going on in the kitchen.
It doesn't really matter if you don't do it in all the leagues. La Liga is one of the best leagues. I mean, according to the UEFA coefficients, it's the best league in the world for like over the past.
Yeah, well, UEFA always talk out of their ass. They don't like. They've never like.
There's you have.
How can the Liga be better when you've got Premier League where the bottom of the table could beat the top?
I mean,
Man United were top of the table. They got beaten.
Didn't Lecce beat Barca? I mean, you can't really.
No.
I mean, it's not like you have you obviously are biased because you don't watch the La Liga.
No, the Premier League is the best league in the world.
I've seen the
not
Premier League.
Obviously, all of you are.
Not even close.
It's faster. It's more physical. It's more demanding. We don't have a winter break. Right? We actually play through the winter. Right? So no, man, it's so much better. So much better.
Welcome
I
in.
watch a bit of La Liga and Bundesliga.
Welcome in, Charlie. How you doing, Charlie? How you doing, Talk?
I've recovered a bit from yesterday, but still hurt.
Yeah, he's still hurting a little bit. The heart's
Don't worry, mate. You're still going to get the league, aren't you? Unless you have a total collapse, which you can't see.
It just had to be.
So,
United,
look,
didn't it?
it's
I don't want to
it's
start.
look, Man United has stunted your growth as a club, hasn't it? At
When-
least he has a stunt. At least he has a stunt. Let's not forget. Let's not
It's
forget.
the same
Look,
joke every
It
single
is the
time.
same joke.
Stephen.
It is the same
Get
joke.
some
and I'm gonna
new
use it.
jokes, please.
It's the same joke because it ain't finished yet. Because not everyone's done it, right? If that's expressions, then I'm loving it. Right, come to my channel, mate. Right, honestly, if that is expressions, then
Go on, lad. Get on the stream.
expressions.
if that's Gareth, if that is
Can't be.
expressions, would you mind
Can't
coming on
be.
SVD TV? Would you mind? Like, honestly, I would like go subscribe, right? And right, you can give me stick about Arsenal all day long. But yeah, Charlie, right?
I bet you say we're a puberty
you're
club
growing
at
up as a
least
teen.
once.
You're growing up as a teenager. Is that the same?
If it is,
way you're
whoever it
growing
is,
up?
anyway, big up. Like, I don't care if it is or not. I'm a big fan of expressions. Like,
But hang on.
the best comedian football I've ever seen in my life. Like, so look, if it ain't you either, I'm still appreciating these comments because it makes me giggle all the time. Loving it, loving life.
You know he's awesome when you see.
Room. Go check out SVT TV. Go check out Mike's channel. Go give us all of a subscribe and join everyone's channel.
Bro, just come on. If it's you, mate,
if that's you, mate, come on. If that is you, right, put the link in the
chances
chat.
of that are like the chances of that are ridiculous. It's like finding, I don't know.
If it is, actually, just put it in the chat, just in case it is.
Put the other comment. Put the other comment up. You know them way there.
You know them way there.
Yeah, that's you know a person's great when you have to read that with his voice in your head. Like it doesn't come up with any other voice. Like it's expressions.
But was it that?
I'll be back in a minute.
All right, Charlie.
Charlie's having to
I'm coming back. I'm just putting the football on in the background.
Okay. It's just Charlie that he's growing up the same age as his club is.
Oh, it's the same joke every single time, and it's
He's 14
getting
years
older.
old, so he's still a kid, and his club is small club is growing.
Our club's going through puberty.
Don't start because I'll bring the Wikipedia
Steven.
up to show you one of the same amount of trophies as
Yeah,
Spurs.
that website's a load of rubbish. That website's a load of. If you actually look,
back to me
we've won like 30 odd.
You've won more trophies.
Stephen, all you got to say to him is in spiral carpets, and that's the end of it.
How does this song go?
Oh, is it like this is how it feels to be city?
Right,
This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when your club means nothing at all. They're still the noisy neighbours, mate. And in fact, no, I'll tell you what they are. Man City, the noisy neighbours who then won the lottery. Simple.
Yeah, but in today's like climate, right? If you look at the last 10 years, they've won more than you. Manchester's blue in the last 10 years.
No.
Blue,
they're trying to paint.
Blue moon.
They're trying to paint it blue, but they've run out of paint, mate, and they will run out of paint. Let me tell you that because Manchester's massive and it's red. End of.
Look, if that's you, expressions, because like I've just had a little look-see, and it seems to be correct, but like I'm not too sure. If it is, come on, mate, you're more than welcome. If it is, if it ain't you, you're more than welcome wherever you are. Like, come on.
Well, unless you're actually like someone else.
Anyway, let me just ask Charlie, how are you doing, my friend?
Is it me you're talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marley.
I'm good, mate.
Marley. It's
all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All he does is impressions. He doesn't actually probably know much about football at all, really.
How's life over there in Brazil, mate?
It's good, man. It's good. I'm really happy to be back. I missed this, but I'm good. I was away this weekend in Búzios, It's a
You don't
small
mind if I
beach town near
right?
Rio. It was really
Oh,
pleasant.
Yeah,
Barely
Oh,
no
nice.
coronavirus in there with the fiance.
Yeah.
That was really good. Now,
That's
yeah, good.
I'll just ask you about that. I know we're not here to talk about that, but it is something that does sort of pass through my mind on the occasion. Is how is it in Brazil? How is it getting on with the virus? How are things?
We're embarrassing ourselves. We're
Hey,
embarrassing
Marley's fought
ourselves
it off,
big
mate.
time.
Fuck him. Fuck that. He's fought it off himself.
What?
He's fought it off himself. He don't need the vaccines, man. He's fought it off himself.
Hey, Brazil, like it's we don't know how to act towards it. It's I think we're number 2 in deaths and number 3 in cases. But I think by the end of it, Brazil's gonna will have been the country to suffer the most with coronavirus. I really do,
America's
because we're not huge on rules. Like we don't respect it very often. So yeah, the whole quarantine rules, people don't follow it, and it's understandable as well because people in Brazil in general don't have a lot of money. They need to work. It's simple math, really. When you look at it, it's like if I go to the streets to work, there's like a 1% chance I'm gonna die. If I don't go, there's a 100% I'm gonna get gonna have no money to feed my family. So it's understandable, but the vaccine's taking a long time. Nothing's organized, so it doesn't look pretty, mate. I haven't seen my father in a while. He's 7 years old. I'm really worried about him. I'm probably not gonna see him for another couple of months.
Is that how far away from you does he live then?
Oh no, he lives in Rio as well. I just don't live with him, and I don't really want to go near him.
Yeah, of course.
Like I might just pass by his house and like stay away from him just so that we can actually see each other. But I can't give my father a hug. Haven't in a long time.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I mean, I'm in a pretty similar situation myself with my father. He's nearly 80, and yeah, it's a terrible thing, and I just hope things improve there, for everybody soon.
They will. They'll get there. Don't you worry.
Yeah. But anyway, it's glad to see you back, mate. It's glad to see you back,
Marley,
and
do you know what?
enjoying it
I
again.
have to admit, I've missed this.
Me too, mate. Me too.
Marley, not Charlie.
Oh.
Marley supports. Who do you support, Marley? I can't remember.
Arsenal, but you don't have to talk about that.
Fluminense.
So wait a minute, who have we got here? So Matt is Man United. You've got a buyout. I've got a buyout clause on you, Stephen, and it's massive, son.
You fucking buyout clause. You're get sharp.
So we've got Matt's Man United. Yeah. Marley's Arsenal.
Supposed to be doing my crap. Get out of it.
Stephen's Arsenal. And Charlie's Man City, and so we're on it. Cool.
I've already said I'll buy a case of beer. Get on with it. God's sake.
There's only one supporter in here who's in the Champions League. Charlie, well done on that one.
Yeah, he's the one growing up the same age as his club.
Oh, that old chestnut.
That old chestnut. Do you think, Charlie, City...
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Actually, no. Your club's younger than you.
And your club hasn't been relevant since 2005.
Yeah, but it's actually affected football history, you idiot.
What, in 2005?
Hey, it's 2004, mister. Get it right.
Why would you say that?
There's only one club. We know there's one club that's been in existence, and he's in the chat, if he is there.
Who's that? What's that? What's up?
Expressions. Oozing sauce.
Charlie, there's a really nice saying in Portuguese in Brazil. Really philosophic as well. To answer your question, it goes, "What's a fart for someone who shat his pants?" That's why I just correct you.
Yeah, I'm having that one. That's a good one. Yeah, it means nothing. I'll tell you what, if Matt... say what, sorry?
That's theft. You've just stole this sentence. That's disgusting.
I'm happy with that. I'm keeping that one.
Good.
There's another one as well, but I don't want to say it because it's quite rude.
Have any of you ever had a moment where you say a joke to a group of people, no one laughs, someone says the exact same joke and they all start laughing? It real piss.
Yeah.
That's like something out of The Office, that, you know, like a David Brent thing, you know, like it's just like, oh, yeah.
That's how you said it.
I tell you, there's one. Am I allowed to say it? Do you think I should say it? Well, the one I heard, somebody said to me on a different stream, and I'd never heard it before, and I had to turn my mic off. I was laughing.
Why? Did they tell you who was Bobby Charlton like?
What?
Did they ask how Bobby Charlton's like?
No. It's I don't know if I should say it because it's. I don't. If there's any ladies. If there's any, cheeky. You know what? Remember.
Well, it's International Women's Day, remember, as well.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Don't put your foot in it.
No, I'm not going to do it then. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say it.
Plug in.
No sexist jokes.
Stay it off there.
As long as we get spare time, we do women's football as well.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it in the private chat, and then you can see.
I love that. All right. Yeah, shout out to all the women out there, like I said earlier as well.
Moms, daughters, friends, aunts, girlfriends, fiancés, everyone.
Everybody. Cousins, the lot. You we had to put that one in there. So look, the Europa League, maybe actually, Charlie, I was going to ask you, do you think Man City have got a good chance this year to win the Champions League? Do you think it'll be their year, or we've all agreed, I think, that PSG...
my God.
Go on, that's a good question, isn't it?
Say that.
I was going to say yes until you played Man United.
You like that? Well, play.
Hang on, what?
Go to someone else, dude.
Put that in the chat. I'm sorry. Put it in the chat.
It's a corner, isn't it?
That's a raspberry, that one. Oh, God.
But it's true, though, isn't it? It's true for Arsenal fans. It's got to be true. That's how you feel. Actually, I didn't ask Marley.
I'm crazy.
This guy, look, this Man City fan's only 14 years old, for fuck's sake.
I don't care.
He's heard it before.
Teach him?
I'm not. That's why I was unsure about saying it. I thought I'll just put it into the.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've got to stop laughing. My stomach's killing me. Oh man.
I'm trying to think at the same time, man.
I didn't ask. I've got to ask Marley. Are you? I should know by now though from your reaction. But are you Arteta in or Arteta?
No, mate. I'm actually Arteta in, but it's still a funny joke.
You're Arteta in.
Yeah,
we were 16th, and he was having arguments with me about Arteta in, Arteta out.
Oh God, that was hilarious.
I don't have this argument with Steven anymore. He gets too heated.
I win.
He won. But still, like, I can still interpret this as like,
Charlie,
in addition to not being good enough, which I get.
You saying you are
what?
Arteta out now? You saying you are Arteta out now?
Nah, mate, nah. No one can fix this team, dude, in my opinion. But
You saying Rafa can't?
what?
Look, we know that we've got so many pieces broken with this team, right? But what we were saying is, and what I'm trying to say is that with what they've got, Rafa could do a better job. With what he's got, he can keep that team in the top 6. That's my point. It's about working with what you've got, and you can't do it.
I know it's been like 2 months, Steven, but you want to have the same conversation we've had like 5 times already? It's mate. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think there is a manager out there who can come in and maybe get this team. Not. I wouldn't say get the team sort of maybe winning anything, but getting the
Off table
mentality
where it
right.
belongs.
It's the mentality. See, this is the thing about when people are talking about Liverpool losing their mentality. When it's no, they haven't. They've lost their confidence. Whereas with Arsenal, you can see sometimes that maybe there's a bit of confidence there, but it's the mentality that's missing. You know what I mean? And who was it? Was it Claude or some lead judges who said about it's that one when I asked the question about that, and it said that's the key for Arsenal to go on a winning run.
That was
mentality.
Lee Connor.
Yeah, so the mentality. If Mikel's not got the ability
to, by the way.
Yeah, of course. If he hasn't got the ability to instill that mentality into the Arsenal squad, which because whenever you mention that word mentality, people will look at it and just think, oh yeah, it's such a deep thing, mentality in football. It's massive. There's so many aspects to it, so many angles, so many caveats. So it's not a simple thing to do.
Yeah,
and it's not a simple thing to do. And I think as a person, Mikel Arteta is probably a great bloke, to work with, a great bloke to be a friend with, and all the rest of it. But if he's not,
Martinelli.
well, yeah. I mean,
kind of guy you want to go out and have a curry with, you mean, on a Friday night,
but I wouldn't be his manager.
When you have absolutely nothing good to say about a public figure, like about a singer, an actor, an athlete, you say, yeah, he seems nice.
You say,
yeah. Well, this is it.
I could grab a beer with him.
What I didn't want to do was I didn't want to just slate him because I don't know the guy. So, I didn't want to slate him because I don't know what he's like as a bloke. So, it's probably a nice enough chap away from it all.
Basically.
Well, I didn't say that. I'm not going to say that. So, yeah, but I don't think he has quite yet sort of found the way to instill this mentality into the squad, and I don't believe he will get time. To be fair, I think he'll be out.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Let's be honest. This is a club. I'm sorry. By the way, anyone, this is the problem I have is like when people say, "Oh, he hasn't got the right players. He needs to do this."
He doesn't.
That. Well, okay. So why is he keeping Holding? Why is he keeping David Luiz? Why is he keeping Xhaka? Right. Half of these players he re-signed to new contracts, right, and decided to back them. Right. When Granit Xhaka was walking out the door, and everyone was like, "Yeah, goodbye, missing you already. You told us to fuck off, get gone." Right. He convinced him to stay. It all came out in every single newspaper. It came in to stay. Same with the Aubameyang. Now, everyone is quite happy to say with Oba and your Arteta in that it was Arteta that convinced him to stay. Because Xhaka's crap and he's just made that mistake against Burnley, when I point that out, saying on TFT in a super chat or something, you get told that you're talking crap and it's not true. Okay, so which one is it? Right? Because all over the papers, it says it's true. And I made it clear in my next video that it was true, right? So you saying Sky Sports are lying now? You're saying the Daily Mail are lying, Daily Mirror is lying, right? All TalkSport are lying. All of them were saying it. It came out of their mouths. So you're saying Arteta's lying. You're saying Xhaka's lying, right? Because it doesn't suit your narrative. And this guy said that I'm chatting shit. This is the same guy on TFT, right? And I was quite happy to sit there and say, "Oh, I would if it meant we got rid of the owners and the board, it might have to mean we get relegated when we were 16th." Now, I'm sorry, anyone that says that about Arsenal Football Club, you're not a supporter. You never support your club going down just to get rid of someone.
Go on in, Charlie.
It's.
Oh, sorry, you got two Charlies there. Crap the bed.
Sorry.
I am Arteta in, but I am so tired of defending him, even though I haven't done it in a while. But I'm very exhausted with defending him because I know we're not doing well. I know. So like the pure science doesn't really like back me here, but it's just think about it this way: like put every single Arsenal player in three different shelves, right? You have the players that are good enough. Very few of them are good enough. You have the players that are not good enough, and you have the players that are absolute dog shit, right? Like our priority needs to be get rid of the dog shit players and bring in more good enough players. If you all of a sudden try to get rid of every single player. Like if we got rid of every
Oh,
single player
1-0
that's not good
Chelsea.
enough right now, we'd have to buy like 15 players, mate. And Arsenal doesn't have that
1-0
money.
now.
But the
What?
thing
Say that
is,
again,
that's
Charlie.
but the thing
Chelsea have
is,
beaten Everton 1-0.
it's not.
Oh, come on, Everton.
But it's not.
I
the
think it
thing
was
is-
Kai Havertz with the goal.
Oh,
Fair
wow.
enough. Fair play.
Yeah, but even it's like I'm saying is that people are saying, well, William's going to go in the summer. No, he's not. Right? So there are still fans out there, right, that are telling me I couldn't accept anyone coming on. And I did an Arteta in and out debate. And the guy who came on, he never forced to say that I've got to be patient. I have to believe this. I have to trust the process. I have to do this. Right? He just made his point. We made our points. I don't mind Arteta coming and saying, yeah, this is why I back the manager. Right? Fine. Whatever. Right? If you're going to start telling me because you believe because of it's Arteta came out of his own mouth, right, that we're going to win the Champions League in 3 years, right? If you want to believe that and then start telling me I have to be patient, I have to trust the process. No, I don't, because I support the club, not the manager, right? I support the club, not the manager. So that's why when the club doesn't do, when the manager doesn't do well, right, I say out the door. Because I support the club.
It's like a tsunami.
And
It's like seeing a tsunami
fans,
come in from afar, isn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, but these fans are so blinded. How the hell can you? We've been in 1.5 years now, and we still ain't got near to trying to find the Champions League. In fact, we're worse, right? So how the hell are we going to even get to the Champions League and win it if we can't even qualify, right? But knowing this lot, when they said, when he meant to win the UCL in 3 years, he meant UEFA Conference League. Because they're so blinded. They're so blinded by the fact that this manager, right, because he used to play for Arsenal or something, they're so blinded by it, they have to back him every single step of the way. You're not taking a look in it that he's fucking the club up.
So, Stephen, this is a really good segue then. So what is Spurs doing right then that you're not doing right? Then what's the difference? Because they're the ones that seem to be doing okay at the moment.
Because what they did was here's the thing: when we got rid of Emery, look how long it took us to get a manager. 3 weeks, and then they decide because Arteta gave the press presentation, right? Not because of his actual CV, because he ain't got no CV, right? That we're going to take Arteta because we know what it is. It wasn't the best presentation. It was the cheap option. It was the cheap option, right?
Yeah.
Don't have to give the money to Allegri. Don't have to give the money to Rafa. Don't have to give the money to Simeone. We just go for the cheap option of the yes man Arteta because it's his first job.
But
right?
let me ask you this though, Stephen. Let me ask you this. Do you think that it would take like massive, a much higher amount of money to have brought in one of those managers, considering that Arsenal are a big club? Because
we already asked Allegri to come in instead of Emery, and he wanted so much money to go spend, and they went, "No, you're getting 50 million."
Right, okay.
Of it. Right, so we've already tried Allegri. It's out the door. So anyone that suggests Allegri, dream on. Right, it ain't gonna happen. But it comes down to the fact they've gone for the cheap option. Whether it's Spurs, right? Look what happened. Potter's out the door. Within by the evening, Jose Mourinho was in. Big mentality.
Yeah, but it's not done them any favours.
We might take the piss about they've won no trophies, they're small and everything, but when you break it down, they've got a bigger mentality than Arsenal.
But what's happened with Gareth Bale as well, guys? I mean, Charlie, go with you first. City, Charlie.
I don't know. Got sick of playing golf?
They've eased him in. They've eased him in. You can't just I think they've eased him in because the league is so different, sir.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even playing in the Liga. Let's be honest, before he came to Tottenham, was he? When was his last game?
Listen, he's gone from the Tottenham to in his view, top of the tree, right? And then he's been slowly pushed back down the tree, and now he's back where he started. But so his mentality and his whole being is now bigger than Tottenham in his mind, surely. So, having said
So
that,
Mourinho.
he needs but he needs to have the players around him that are going to make that work for him. Maybe if he doesn't feel like he's got that, maybe that's hindering him when he goes out and puts that shirt on. But at some point, if he does sort of find his feet and gets like 100% fit and back on it mentally, it's not like being fit physically, but you've got to be fit mentally as well. If he gets that, maybe we'll see, Gareth Bale be doing those like steaming, powerful runs, just knocking everybody out of the way and then going bang. 30 yards,
it really is about mentality, isn't it?
If they keep him for another year, that's exactly what we'll be doing. Trust me, right? And then they will be dangerous because they won't just have Son and Kane.
I do believe
Bale and Son, because look how they clicked together, Kane and Bale.
Go on, man, Charlie. What are you saying there?
I was just saying the Chelsea goals, Ben Godfrey on goal.
Oh,
yeah.
What's the score?
Still 1-0, but
it was
what you go and do? Imitate what Jacko used to do.
Marley, what were you going to say then about the mentality thing? Because it is right. It's right.
Sorry, no, I'm agreeing with you. Like people that once were as great as Bale was don't just like lose their skills, right? Don't just lose like their talent. He just didn't want to play football anymore, mate. It's something that happens a lot to Brazilians all the time. Like you don't really see people from my country have an entirely brilliant career. They usually phase out. That happened to Bale. Now he's finding his passion for football again in this small club.
He said it himself in the press. He didn't want to play for the club.
Yeah,
He'd
exactly.
play golf.
That's the thing. Like he didn't want to do it anymore. Now, like it's also like it's a lot less pressure, right? When you play for Real Madrid, like you're expected to win everything. When you're playing for Tottenham, you're expected to win a Carabao Cup every 13 years or so. So it's different expectations. You're like, it's easier.
But that's the thing. That's what I was getting at. Is that mental fitness? He's now got to sort of remap his whole thought process because he can't be Superman at Tottenham. You know what I mean? He can't just sort of take it do it all on his own. So he's got to sort of take a step back and think, oh, wait a minute, okay, I have to fit myself into this squad. If the other players aren't going to be capable of keeping up with me and what I'm trying to do, then it's not going to work. So he's got to readjust into that kind of setup, really, I suppose.
So we'll just to finish off as well, like, because we haven't actually talked about the Europa League at all and who we've got. Who have Arsenal got in the Europa League next?
Olympiacos.
Oh, the ones that knocked you out last time. I got you.
Oh yeah, guess what? Part of the process, which was getting rid of players, right? Which is why we took probably £120 million loan out, right? One of the players that we got rid of in January is Socrates. He's now at Olympiacos.
Oh, this is the revenge.
Exactly what he's going to do. 90th minute.
They're going to put him as a striker, man.
Oh, trust me. He's going to knock. No, he's going to even if he doesn't score the goal, right? He's just on the pitch. Because if he's on the pitch, I'm just going to literally say this to all you Arteta fans, right? Part of your process that you believe in so much, right, has just knocked you out of Europe. And it's now going to knock us into UEFA Conference League where we're playing teams that don't even have a league, right? Because they're so small, like San Marino or Liechtenstein, right? Basically, the shit of the shit.
You agree with that, Charlie?
Pardon?
Me.
Go with Charlie Millen first because it's
Marley.
What?
Yeah. Whenever Steven talks to me now, he mentions that Socrates is gonna score against Arsenal. He calls me, "How are you, Charlie? Socrates is gonna score against us."
No, it's when you start.
How's your weekend, Charlie? Socrates is gonna score. I actually had a dream about that, man. I actually had a dream. Like, you're talking about this so much that I actually had a dream where Socrates scored the winning goal for Olympiacos.
Maybe just to get it through your head.
No, it's actually good, mate, because if Arsenal wins, I'm happy. If Arsenal loses, now I'm clairvoyant, mate. I'm going to make some money. That's dope.
Marley, I'll tell you how bad it is. This soccer this shit. Marley went out for a drink with his girlfriend and came home with Socrates. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is.
I know it's going to be really tricky. Like, they just eliminated us last year, and we haven't been consistently good. So it's like we're a better team. Benfica is technically better than Olympiacos, but I can see Socrates scoring a goal against us. Yes, it should be said, he should be kicked out of the club. He should be sold or like just end his contract or something. He wasn't good enough. So that's something that needs to be made very clear. He was probably like our worst center back by the time he left. Like he wasn't getting any minutes whatsoever. So people can't really twist it and say, "Oh no, Arteta got rid of Socrates." Like he should have. He should have. That was the right thing to do.
Just say your process, not the out of Europe.
That's just going to be a bad coincidence, mate.
Who have Spurs got? Anybody know?
Dinamo Zagreb.
Should we just say they're through, please?
No, not necessarily. Dynamo Zagreb are, they're quite a well-known European team. They've done quite. I think they must have won. Maybe
I saw some of how they were playing Tottenham and like against Crystal Palace. Right, I know it's Palace, but I saw how they were playing. Right, and it was a walkover. Like because their play was so good at times. Right, their link-up play was so good. So that'll be one of the shocks of the tournament if they go out to them.
Would you agree with that, Man City, Charlie?
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be a proper.
Just call him Charlie. Just call the other one Marley or Jesus, whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's just because I call him Charlie. He's like Charlie. I don't know.
That's why he tied his hair back because he knew what was coming on. So
I'm saving this crap.
What?
I thought you was trying to take the mick about Jesus, then, Stephen. I don't know why.
No. See, you can't see. This is probably because Manchester City, as usual, coming late into the party, right?
Piss off!
Oh God, giving it.
Yeah,
Talk about you.
Yeah.
You know who we've got, don't you? Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I'm not looking. Yeah, we were just talking about it, and I just think. I don't know. The only thing I would say is if you look at our season now from the Leeds game to the last game that we just won, right, and then look everywhere in between, we didn't play like we did in the Leeds game and the game yesterday. Now, it baffles me. So if we can take that, again, mentality, that aggression, that willingness to press hard, fight for the ball, get it, and just go forward, we could have, I think we'll get a result. But if we don't, and it's that kind of cautious approach, and let's just sort of keep our shape and don't afford them any space and all this by us losing our shape, then I think we'll get done. But again, because this is the problem we have as Man United fans is inconsistency. That's the buzzword, and because of that inconsistency, it's hard. I know we're about as consistent as watered down milk.
Excuse me. Do you want to go there about consistency? I can take you to a place and back.
No, yeah, no, I know. But I mean, what I'm saying is, if we did have some kind of consistency,
stop moaning about your consistency, then. God's sake.
And we weren't.
For God's sake.
Yeah, but I'll
join back in a minute. I'll
tell you what. Look at that, and I said it.
Hold on.
I said, yeah, I know, but I said this about just after the Liverpool game. I said, why on earth did we just play like that? We could have took that game off them and beat them.
Yeah.
And then what did we do? We went on a run of doing the same thing, and we've relinquished at least 9 or 12 points because we weren't brave enough.
Fridge at the back. What do you expect?
Yeah. I know, but what I'm saying is that's the proof in what I'm saying. It's that's the
freezer.
Yeah, but that's the big problem, you see. So if you haven't got consistency, we can't predict as Man United fans what's going to happen in this AC Milan game because we don't know what we should. I don't know. You agree, Matt?
Mate, I agree 100%. Like we haven't been consistent. That's the thing. Like I mean. We saved getting our first goals in 4 games against Man City.
You said 21 incoming.
I never said that. Actually, do you know what? Everyone was coming out saying that, weren't they? That I said it on other channels. I'm not going to say names because you know how I feel about them. But they were saying no. You just know, right? But they were saying basically, oh yes, Man United, they're the best thing ever. You know, like we're winning everything now. Europa League, FA Cup, we're there. 2021 champions.
No.
2021. And I was just like, hang on a minute, we've just beaten Liverpool in the FA Cup. It's the FA Cup, right? And we drew 0-0 with
Right, that reaction was something else, to be honest. I did.
Fulham just beat Liverpool and we drew 0-0 with Liverpool at home. Like, come on, like it was just a bit too. It was like steady your role, like, and then suddenly, Man, you didn't do good after that. And you kind of think,
no, but then to be honest, I get that reaction because it's Liverpool. We're supposed to be the champions. You've been behind them for so long, and for about 3 years, and you actually took the game to them. You went at them and proper beat them. So I do expect that. Don't blame him for your reaction, but and that's me.
But I think, like what Talk said, if we do turn up against AC Milan like we did against Man City, of course, like we should be able to get a good result from it. But it's just if we will, and it all depends on the time that whistle's blown, how the players feel, because that's really what you said. It's down to mentality as well. You've got to be up for it. You know, you can't be like, AC Milan kind of okay. They're doing good. They've done the best they have done in the Serie A for at least 10 years over, you know, like they're at least battling for the league. So give them credit. It looked like Inter Milan were going to be the ones that took over that spot, you know, like, and they've sort of showed them like who's boss at the moment. I think that might be to do with one of your guys. This is it, who's gone to AC Milan. I don't know. Maybe you picked the right thing there. I don't know.
I know it's very, very early on still, but because it's only like a lot of games still, but do you guys feel like it's fair to say that whoever goes through is the favorite to win the competition? Because there is sort of like a anticipated final feel to this game. It's a very Champions League game in the middle of round of 16, the Europa League. I feel like whoever takes this, of course, there's Arsenal, there's Leicester, there's Tottenham, but still, I feel like whoever wins this has a bigger chance than the rest of the teams to win the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Man United, if we do win it, then obviously, you know, if we can carry forward this form. But what I just want to quickly, before I forget that, is I just want to ask you is,
sure,
what is it, right, that is stopping us? Whose decision is it for the way we played against City, and then, for example, the way we played in the West Brom game? What is that? The players, or is it Ole? Which is it? Who's responsible for that?
Coaches, Ole, and what the upstairs want. Like, you've seen it so many times in so many documentaries where the upstairs is very, very, very much involved with. Well, depending on the owners, some good owners don't get involved, but there are some that really do get involved and say that we want him playing. That does happen. So I think the only way we'll find out like who's running the ship at the moment is when someone gets sacked, like Ole gets sacked at some point. He'll come out about a year later and say exactly what every other manager said, like it's corrupt. And I think that's the same thing that's going on, you know, like at Arsenal. You know, it's unfortunately American owners that are just trying to pocket the profits from clubs and take it over.
That's why I want to switch to get American owners.
Yeah. But I've got I know a player, an ex-player at Man United, who's now at, I think he's still at Preston. And I had a conversation with him. We met up, and I had a conversation with him. And it was not long after Mourinho took over. And I asked him, and I said, "Look, what's he like?" And the first thing he said, I'm not going to mention who the player is, obviously, but he said, "Not a lot of players like him. They don't like him. He's not personable. He's just not a personable type of chap." What he did was what really riled the players was he split up the youth and the reserve teams from each other and the first teams, and he didn't want any interaction with any of them. And they said that the players were really pissed off about that because that's the ethos of the club. So he started to mess with that, and that really got the players' backs up big time. So you know, he's a funny character, Mourinho. It's like, you know, like he carries his previous sort of trophies on a placard in front of him, as if to say, I don't need to speak to nobody. Let's look what I've won. No,
Yeah.
I speak to somebody else, and they pass the information on. He wouldn't even, right, when it came to him letting players go, he didn't speak to them personally in his office. He didn't get them in his office and say, "Oh, I don't need you. I've got plans for you." And everything. He was in a big room in front of everybody, and he just shouted out names. He said, "I don't need you. I don't need you. Get in touch with your agent. Arrange a move. Yeah." And like again, all you go then talking because you've got some young kids there. This player who I'm talking about, who I know, he knows Marcus Rashford, all the other ones because he came up through the same ranks. So it pissed people off. It pissed people off big time. And you know,
but that's just the way it is, isn't it? Sometimes I guess, like, you know, it's just...
well, yeah, but you know.
We're going to end it off now, Chris. I'm going to bring you in, but we're going to end it off and shout out everyone's social media. So no, Stephen's.
Oh my God! Are you seeing this?
What do you mean? What?
Full screen now. Full screen.
Hang on, where we go? All right, okay.
Right, I don't care if he calls me out or what. I don't give a fuck. Right?
What are you on about?
See that? Grealish.
Yeah.
Yeah?
In an Arsenal
I don't know
shirt.
if you can know the channel. I don't know if you can see the logo. Look at the
Oh,
logo.
no. Bit further back. Bit further back.
I can't see it when you go further back.
Oh yeah. Come forward a bit closer.
Just
Do
tell
it,
us.
Stephen. Do it side on. Do it side on, Stephen.
He's trying to do that thing where you rub your
We
tummy and
can't
rub your
see
head
it.
at the same time.
Just
Can't
tell
see
us.
it.
Tell us who it is.
No, put it in the private. Don't have to call anybody out. No, this channel isn't about like
Oh yeah.
call anybody out. Like, no, don't have to do that. You just tell us something private. Because you know, I don't want to be like that, man. I don't want to. I know every other channel does that to some people, but I'm not gonna. You know, I'm not gonna do that. What?
E-G.
Huh?
E-G, it says.
I thought you was like E.
Oh, right, we know who it is then.
No,
We know
no.
who it is.
E-G. I'll give you one guess who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
it
just-
doesn't take a genius to think who it
You can
is.
take me off now.
I'm cool with EG, man. It's cool.
Yeah, he can like
Yeah,
what's
but why are you going on about Jack Grealish? This is he said we've got more pull
Right.
to Jack Grealish. We've got more pulling power for Jack Grealish than Man United. When we're not going to even have European football, we'd have UEFA Conference League. They're going to have Champions League, but apparently we've got more pulling power. This guy,
Yo,
just doesn't-
Steven.
he doesn't.
Steven.
think.
Don't be like Freddy Krueger.
What? Who's Freddy Krueger?
You don't know who Freddy Krueger is. That
I don't even want to know.
horror monster guy who haunts people. Like he spent so
Don't worry,
long going
don't
after
worry. I've
people
got
in
to go
their
in a minute.
nightmares and their dreams.
So I'm gonna have to go in a minute.
Right, let's just shout out our socials now because I've got to
Yeah,
go
man.
to. I've really got to rush off. Okay, Charlie Millen, thank you so much for coming back on again, sir. Good to see you
Thank
again.
Yeah, big shout out to
Great
you.
to see you, man.
Big shout out. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, you can follow me on Twitter at Marley Chillin, but like, you don't need to. I just want you guys to show support to these people here. They're my family. They're all awesome. You know, I gotta give a special shout out to Maddie and Steven because you know they've been my brothers ever since I started this adventure here. But Talk MU as well, like he showed me so much support. I'm actually just getting to meet Charlie. There's already Charlie Senior. I'm technically Charlie Junior. Now you got to be Charlie the Third. But yeah, it's a pleasure,
No,
mate.
second.
And yeah, just wait. It's the third. I'm the second.
Yeah, you're Charles II.
You are
Yeah.
the second. He's
yeah,
the
I'm
third.
the second. He's the third. But yeah, man, just support these guys because they do awesome things. Like what Steven does is unbelievable, just out of the kindness of his heart. And yeah, support these guys. I'll be around. And thank you for having me back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for coming back, mate. Thank you so much, bro. Stephen.
Yeah, you can find me at SVT TV. As usual, we have Big Yellow Friday, but we've got we follow football, F1, but as well as Arsenal, and yeah, just come and if you want to join the show, DM me at SVT, and yeah, we got loads of content, and we all raise awareness at Children's Liver Disease Foundation at the same time, right? Where we raised over £200 for that stream. We just did 250 quid. So yeah, so hopefully we'll have big guests. We'll have big guests coming on soon. We got lots of things planned for this. Yeah, you want to stay tuned to it. You want to get subscribing and stay tuned. But big up to Marley, because he's been one of my best friends when I've been on this YouTube business. It's glad to see him back, and you, Matt, as well.
You too, bro. Thank you so much, man. And you need to get this guy on your show, man. You know what I mean? Sometime.
Yeah, it would, mate. There you go.
You know, way there, then.
Yeah.
You know them way there, fam.
Talk MU. What were we saying, mate? Where can we find you, mate? And thank you so much for coming on too.
Yeah, no problem, mate. I just want to also say as well, echo what Stephen was saying. You know, it's great to see both of you back, Marley and you. Keep it going. Don't go anywhere. Just keep coming back. I want to see more of you guys. But you can find me. I'm looking at that comment I put in the thing, and I shouldn't. Don't look at it. Don't look. Right. Yeah, you can find me at the Boot Room on YouTube and also on Twitter at iTalkMU. And go and support Stephen as well as go and support Matt, Football United TV.
Thanks, you, Tom. Go to Talk MU, mate, as well. Go subscribe. Charlie, thank you for coming. How you doing?
Cheers for having me on, mate. I am Charlie the Third, as said before. You can find me on Twitter at MCFC Hibs, and also you can find me at the top of the league. Follow everyone. Follow everyone on this stream and big up Matt.
When you've gone up with your club, then you can talk.
Oh, that'll chestnut Stephen.
At least you didn't say. What was that thing you said quickly before we let Matt go? What was it you said about? You were supposed to say.
Put it back to me. Look. Put it back to me. Charlie, something you haven't got yet. It's called beard. It's called hair.
No, Stephen. What did he say?
When you got some of this, right, your club can talk.
Yeah, that's more like it. Look, Marley's showing you how to grow some serious facial hair, man. And Matt.
On, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Majestic.
Hey, wait, Matt.
Taking the piss.
This is attached to my armpit hair. This is actually goes down.
Yeah.
Side.
I think you've got some cornflakes or something in there, mate. Something's moving about in there.
No, take it now.
I'm a Cheerio sort of guy, mate. I'm a Cheerio sort of guy.
Oh, Cheerios, that's what it is then.
It's the same thing.
Cheerio.
First of all, where can we find you, mate? Thank you so much for coming on, mate.
Yeah, I'm the local Deadpool FC supporter. You can find me on Twitter, ChrisLFC66.
Shut up, the ice cream fan.
The ice cream man in March. It's crazy, isn't it?
Exactly.
I know. Look, they're out in winter, mate.
Look, he thought he'd run outside and get a lolly. It's your age.
Eskimos are on holiday over here. They're enjoying the weather. That's what it is.
Fun. That was fun.
Everybody, thank you so much.
Sitting there said, "Hang on, what's Eskimos? What's that weather?"
Actually, but just to finish off there, I think Charlie, if you go further down south, like right to the tip of or the edge of Argentina, down the bottom there, it's pretty cold, right?
Yeah.
So he can get there.
It's a long walk, though.
He doesn't want to get there. He's good with the 35 Celsius heat. He's happy with that.
It's a little too hot. It's the first time I've worn a shirt in like 2 months. Steven knows this.
No, it's when he comes on, like I speak to him on Insta, and he's like, oh, it's really hot in here. He said, it's fucking freezing. And I'm sitting there, it's snowing, it's freezing my ass off, and having the radiator on. He said, I'm fucking boiling. He said, you want to boil? Do you want to come over here and dip yourself in the snow?
He probably wants to, yeah. He probably does.
Like, Steven and I talk like nearly every day, and he hasn't seen me wearing a shirt in a long time now.
Yeah, I was actually worried that he actually
Don't
had some
say
sort
that,
of a
Charlie,
practice
too
to it.
loudly. People will think things.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Marley, I'm not that way. I'm not that way.
You know what? Hold on. I don't want to be associating that comment that I put in with Marley.
Anyway,
Do you know what I mean?
Oh
But, right, I'll end it on that one. And you know I'm kidding, mate.
Everybody go
I
check out
can't
everybody's
Insta him.
content.
I can't send an Insta message to him now. Fucking hell.
Go check out everybody's content, everybody, and thank you so much for coming on. Please
no!
do like,
Me on again,
subscribe.
mate.
Cheers for coming on, everyone, and we will be back at the weekend. I'm pretty sure. So, see you then.
Cool.
Good night, everybody.